Hey fashion lovers, welcome back to the Style by Grazing. In today's tutorial, I'm walking you through how to cut and sew a stylish camp collar shirt with a beautiful notch sleeve twist. Whether you're sewing for yourself, your clients, or just learning to level up your skills, this video is packed with easy to follow step professional tips and a touch of style. You will absolutely love it. So grab your fabric thread, that machine, and let's create something fabulous. But don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to this channel. Thank you. Now we'll be working with our shirt length of 28 inches. We add 1 inch allowance, which makes it 29. So I'm getting that on the paper. I will roll it, then trim any excess off before we go into cutting. So at the beginning of your paper, just mark 1 inch straight down. That's an allowance. Then our buttonhole allowance will be 1.5, which is what I did next. Then you roll and connect it together. Then the next thing is to take our back measurement, which is 16 divided by 2, which is 8 inches. Then come down by 1 inch from that side. Then dot it. Then we get our armhole length. For our armhole length to get that is our bust divided by 6 plus 1.5. So that's what I did there. I mark it. Then the 8 inches for the I did 8.5. I've already added allowance, so I marked 8.5. That's with the allowance. If you don't want to add allowance, you can just do 8. Then after you are done with your measurements and everything, then you can add your allowance. But I did that. Then the neck depth we are working with is 3 inches. Neck width rather we are working with is 3 inches. Then the depth will be 4 inches. You are measuring it. You take the measurements from the 1.5 after 1.5 that we did. I hope you can see that. So we mark it, then come down by 4.5, which is our neck depth. So I'm taking it from that side to balance it up. Just watch what I'm doing there. So I'm coming down by 4.5. I'm using that line, the 1.5 stop. So I'll mark the 4.5 there, then connect it to the one I did from the 3 inches I marked down. I hope you understand what I'm doing there. Then I'll connect, forming a L shape. Then you ensure that the lines is connect all through to the 2 inches and to the 1.5 and 1 inches that we did by the side. So you connect the shoulder line, the shoulder slope, connect it down. Also connect the armhole line. So connect it straight together as I'm doing in the video. And from there, we'll make sure we measure the armhole length. So what you have, you point the midpoint, then go inward by 0.5 inches, like half an inch. The next is to connect it really straight to that point that you go in by half inch. Just connect it straight to your shoulder. So next thing is to measure the bust divided by 4. For this person is 40 divided by 4, that's 10. So I will extend the line to meet it. Next thing is to place your ruler, then the point you go in, you curve it to that bust divided by 4. So you are marking the half length, which is 17.5, then rule it, extend the line. So that will be our half length. That's what I'm doing there. Then I will go up by 1 inch, which is the allowance that we added to the main shirt. So that gives us the hip line or the hem line. So from here, I will mark the bust divided by 4 plus 1.5 inch is, and whatever measurement we have there, we'll bring it back and down to the waistline or half length, and we'll connect them together. Now we'll come to our shirt hem line, like our hip measurement divided by 4 plus the 1.5 inches is. So that's what I'm doing there. Mark it, then connect it roughly like I'm doing using my curve ruler. The next thing we want to do is to connect the cuff around the neck area. So we are connecting the cuff from the main neckline. So I'm folding in the button allowance and the extra 1 inch allowance. So I'll fold it in, then connect the cuff. And by the time you open it up, this is what it should look like. So next thing is to come in from that 1 inch we left for our starting point. We'll go in by half inch, extend our bust line also. Then from that edge that I'm pointing to, so I'll connect that half inch to the edge of the bust line by the side. I hope you can see that. So next thing, we add allowance. So if you're adding 1 inch, you can add it. If you're adding ½ inch, you can add it. But then I want this a curve, like TM curve by the side of my shirt. So I'll be going in from down. I will measure the measurement I have there divided by 2. The measurement I have by the hip divided by 4 plus that allowance, everything that we did. So divided by 2. What I have there, I'm pointing it. Then by the side, I've went up by 1.5 inches. So I'll curve it. So then add my allowance from the side. I didn't leave any space for the shoulder line, so I will advise you leave like about 1 inch for your starting shoulder line before you start your measurement. So because of that, I was unable to have the shoulder allowance of 0.5. So do that when I'm cutting the main fabric. So next thing is to cut out what we have. So I've added allowance around the neckline also. So for the 1 inch that we added by the side, just cut it straight like that. And when you get to the bust area that we slanted, so just cut like I'm doing here to the 0.5 inches that we came in before. So that's all for the front piece. Next thing now is to cut our facing for the front. So just place your front piece, then I pull it down so that I'll be able to add the allowance that I didn't add for the main front material piece. So I will do that. Add it the ½ inch sewing allowance by the up shoulder line, then trace out the neckline and the main body. So on the shoulder line, I will go in by 4 inches, then turn it to the back like I'm doing here. So from the down part, I will go in by 5 inches, and then ensure that the front piece and the main this thing aligned. So I'm trimming the excess off by the side. Neckline, I will do it, then the shoulder line also. So that's the important thing that we need. So from the shoulder line, the 4 inch we mark, I've done that. Then go down the 5 inch that we mark, I'll mark it in like 2-3 places, then rule a straight line, then curve that 4 inches to that line as I'm doing here. Don't make the mistake that I first made. I almost cut that part, so I did the correct thing by connecting that 4 inches that we mark from the shoulder line. Just connect it straight, curve and straight like I'm doing in the video. So it's ready now. Next thing is to mark 2 inch from the edge on both. So I'm notching it. I'll first mark 2 inches, then 1.5. So I will notch it on both the main fabric and the facing when I cut them on the fabric. So next thing is to cut the back piece. So I'm placing the front piece on the back paper material. So the first thing is to fold the allowance that we added by the side, that 1.5 that buttonhole. So I will fold it in, then place it straight on a straight line. Following that line, I'll make sure it aligns with the main measurements before adding the ½ inch allowance on the top. Alright, now that we know where the center back is, now I'm taking the back measurement, the 8.5, then align it like I do there, then have the straight line. Then I'll come to that main neckline where I haven't added the 0.5 allowance to it. That would be the back width, which is 3 inches. So the back width is 3 inches. Then I'm marking that the edge where the main front piece at the shoulder and the armhole side. I'll mark that side too. So we have our 3 inches. So I align it with the center back to know where to mark the depth of the center back, which is 1 inch low. So I'll connect the curve like that, then add the ½ inch allowance also 0.5, then connect it together like I'm doing in the video. Also, I'll go down by the armhole length that we have that I've added. So I will just curve the part that we curve out using the front piece, then go in, look for the midpoint, go in by 0.25 just to give it a little curve. Then I'll connect like I'm doing in the video, then cut out like that, using the front piece like I'm doing. So the back piece is ready, but then because I'm using paper, that's why I cut it like that. So on fold, you cut it on fold when you are cutting it on your fabric. It's only the front that we cut separately like I'm doing. Then don't forget to notch your 2 inches first, then the 1.5 on your main fabric and the facing also. So now let's go to sewing. So I've cut it on the main fabric, but then the facing, we have to add the stay on it, like the interface, soft interface. I'm adding it on it. So I'll go to the iron, then iron it together. So I've done that, then I've weave by the side of the facing to the shoulder. If you don't have weaving machine, you can add 1/2 inch allowance extra to the shoulder so that you can fold it when you're done with your sewing. So I've joined the shoulder of the front and back together also, and this is what it looks like after doing that. Then I've weave it, then I will match it together to get the midpoint, making sure that the shoulder aligns. Then I'll pin it round. Then the first 2 inches that we marked, I will notch down one. Then the next 1.5, I will measure from there to the center back to know the measurement for our collar. So to cut it, we'll get paper stay. I'm using paper stay for that. You can use the normal soft interface, just depend on the type of fabric you're using to sew it. Now that I have the starting line, I will mark the measurement I have, then go up by 3 inches. So I will align the measurement on the top part to make sure it's accurate. So I'll just create a box using that measurement that I measure on the fabric, then go up by 3 inches. Then from there I'll go up by 1.5, then divide the main measurement by 2, then find that's the midpoint, then connect it to the 1.5 that I go up by this side. But then it's supposed to be on fold, which is what I'm doing here. So I'm supposed to cut it on fold. So I'll cut it on fold and transfer it to my main fabric, then add 0.5 inches allowance around it. Also, I'll cut the second one because we needed 2 for that. So the 2, I will join it together. I've already added the stay on one part, and I will sew just the way I point it out using 1/2 inch allowance. So I will notch the sides, the point edge, then fold it into 2, find the midpoint, notch it. Then we go to our main shirt fabric, then we align it like I'm doing in this video, then find the midpoint and notch it like that also. Then we join it together. Now this is where it's most important. You just pin the midpoint, then take the edge to where the 2 inches that you notch. That's where you will pin it to on both sides. Then you bring the facing, the center of the facing. We also join the 2 inches. Both 2 inches will align. Then if you get it, I pray you get it. So when you pin it, you also pin it by the side to the down. You pin it like I'm doing here, but ensure that the 2 inches that you notch, both 2 inches of the facing and that of the main fabric align, and then you pin at that side. So after you've pinned it down like I'm doing here, just pin it straight down. Then you come to the neckline also, like where we have the facing joint to the main dress. Can you see where I notched 2 inches? Make sure it aligns with the 2 inches on the main, on the facing also, so you can measure to be sure. That's what I'm doing there. So it is notched. Then the next mark is 1.5. Is 1.5. So the collar itself is already at that 2 inches notch. So you join it together with the facing also, which is where we will sew first. So you start your sewing on the when you join this collar and facing together and the main shirt dress, you align the 3 together. Then you start your sewing from the 1.5. You notch last, like where I point to. So that's where you will sew down first. You start from the 1.5, then you sew to the side and down by the side. So right now I've marked that 1.5 side. So I will use my pin to hold it down. So this is what it will look like. I will just start the sewing from the 1.5. that I'm notched, so I ensure that the notches are lines. Notch on the facing and the shirt itself are lines, and the collar is inside, which has been pinned to start from the 2 inches that we notch. I hope you understand what I mean. So now we'll go straight to our machine, then start the sewing from the 1.5 straight to the down side as I do in the video. Just watch closely. Alright, so I will do this for this side, then the other side too. I will do the same thing that I did here on the other side. So this is what it should look like after you've done that, and we should have this space. Okay, this is what I sew. I just want you to see it, but because of the type of material I used, the edge of the notch is actually not really nice. So it was shifting and I had issue with the material. So if you are using a material that doesn't stretch or dances around, to be perfect. So this is what it should look like after sewing it together, like the tray that I mentioned. So the next thing is to just pick the one that I'm holding now, that part that is remaining from the facing. Attach, you will sew it to one side of the collar. Can you see it? I'll match it with the top part of the collar, like where it matches. So I will sew from where it should start, from where the 1.5 that I stitched, like the space that we have. So I will sew it from there to just close it up. I will do that for this side and the other side also. So this is what it should look like when you've done that. It should look like this. At this side, it should have looked more perfect than what you're seeing in this picture. This is just for the sake of the tutorial, so that's why you are just seeing that. So I've used my pin. Then because of the issue I have with this material, I had to pin like pleats at the mid center back. So because I noticed that I have excesses by this side, so I had to pin and pleat the mid part. That's why you see me putting pin at the center back of my shirt. So next thing now is to now pick one side of the shirt, like the one down, the part that we notch on the collar, and the center back should align. So we match them together and sew that part first before we now come and cover it up. I hope you get what I say. So I've sewn that side for I will do that for the second side. So next thing is to pick the center back, like the whole shirt, the part of the shirt and one side of the collar. We sew it together first before we now close it up, like I'm showing in the video. So I will do that. I will stitch the collar, like the part of the collar. I'm repeating what I've said so that you get what I mean. So I'll pick this side that is remaining from the back shirt, like we've joined one part. So I will pick that part that we stop the stitch. So I will align one part of the collar, not the two opening that we'll have. So I'll push that one inside so that it won't affect the sewing. So you just make sure you check through to be sure that you are not stitching the other part of the collar together as well. So I'll pick that part, then align the shirt together with the one side of the collar, ensuring that the center matches. The pin you are seeing is as a result of what I explained earlier, so don't be confused. If your material is not like mine, you will not have issue with this. It's very easy. So that's what I'm doing now. I will sew it down, then show you what it looks like. Alright, so this is what you should have. That white thing you are seeing in between is the collar stitch that I had the thing removed from the collar. So I'll use iron to stick that together back, push that one inside. You notch anywhere that needs to be notched, and you align it properly. You can use your pin to help you have a neat sewing. Okay, so you will still have one opening. Yes, this side that I point to, there's opening. Yes, this part that I put my hand, just start from that side. Start from where I point my hand, about 2 inches from your main collar, not from the side of your shirt. 2 inches from your main collar, so you stitch on top to hold that side, like to sew that side inside. Just be sure that when you fold your shirt, like when the shirt is ready, it's not showing. So before it's ready now, the next thing is to put the buttonhole and the button itself. So just work with, when you fold it like this, then you create your buttonhole and button. Just measure where you want that to start from, then you do that. So I don't want this video to be really long, so this is why the sleeve part is not in this video. So I'll be posting another video showing how I did that sleeve part, the notch sleeve that we added to this shirt. So kindly watch the video when I post it. So that is all for this video, and I hope this was helpful, and I hope you'll be trying it. So thank you guys for watching, and I hope you subscribe, I hope you like, I hope you comment. So thank you, and see you in my next video.